I don't know about all of you, but I have been seeing mushroom coffee popping up everywhere that I look when I am on my phone, on my computer, just people talking about it that I know. And so I wanted to give two different ones that are the most popular that I keep seeing popping up a try, and then also compare them both. This is Everyday Dose and also Ryze. I'm going to start with Ryze, which did arrive in a box, and it does say that you need to drink 2 cups daily and that consistency is key with their specific version of mushroom coffee. It does come with a nice little wooden spoon, and mine also came with a superfood mushroom and probiotic creamer pack inside as well, just to try. The actual bag of the coffee is down inside of the box. When you pull it out, this is what it looks like. One thing that I noticed a lot of people doing is putting the bags next to each other. I'll show you in a minute why that really does not matter. This says that it's more than just coffee. It lists all the different types of mushrooms and then what they are meant for, such as longevity, immune system, healthy digestion within here. It also tells you how to prepare this, and then also, of course, your nutrition facts. So we're talking about 1 tablespoon, 15 calories. There's 0 protein, 0 less than 1 carb in here. So this would fit keto, but it does have 1 gram of fat. So most keto people are going to want to add fat to it. This is 6.3 ounces in this bag. You get a nice little note that comes from their founders, as well as, again, all the different mushrooms that they put in here, how they recommend preparing a Ryze latte, which I do want to point out to everyone that they are saying that you need to mix this with your hot or your cold water first, get it fully dissolved before you add in any other additives such as oat milk, coconut milk, honey, cinnamon, anything like that. You can, of course, mix this with anything that you wish. That's just how they recommend preparing it. Again, here's 6.3 ounces, and in the smaller bag, it is actually 7.4 ounces. So when people put these bags next to each other and say, oh, you're getting more with Ryze than you would Everyday Dose, that's actually incorrect. The bag is smaller in Everyday Dose, and you're getting more as well. You also have collagen protein within the Everyday Dose, which is something that I would like to focus more on, is getting more protein. You make this in the exact same way, 3 to approximately 7 or 8 ounces of water. A lot of people also say that they're mixing these with coffee for a stronger coffee flavor, but I did not want to do that. I wanted to mix both of them with 6 ounces of water, and I wanted to see what they taste like with water before I add in any other coffee. Now I'm going to tell you guys I just switched these cups out because I didn't have enough room to do the frother. So I switched the cup. It's still 6 ounces, and I'm measuring 1 tablespoon exactly when I'm doing both of these. This is what the Ryze looks like once you have it down in there. You'll see it's only about half of the total bag full. You only need 1 tablespoon per cup of coffee or per cup of drink, whatever you want to call this, that you're making. So make sure that you're measuring it and not just eyeballing it so that you're getting the correct nutrition value. And again, this is hot water that's in here. It is not boiling, but it is hot. And I do have a milk frother that I will be using to fully stir this up. A lot of the reviews that I was seeing pop up different places was that, oh, it tastes really gritty. Oh, it's not mixing up very well. And the fact of the matter is, if you really want it to mix well, you're going to have to get some type of frother like this that's really going to blend it really well, or toss it over into a blender. Otherwise, anything you try to mix up with just a spoon is going to feel and taste a little gritty. So after you stir or froth it thoroughly, then they do recommend using some oat milk, some honey, and some cinnamon to make a latte. So I'm going to be adding the exact same amount of oat milk, the exact same amount of honey, and the exact same amount of cinnamon to both of the cups that I'm going to be making. That way I'm not giving one more than the other, so people can say, well, it looks like you just added more milk to that one and that's why you chose that one. I also wanted them to have about the same type of flavors within them, because I'm also going to have my husband taste test behind me, who he is not a coffee drinker whatsoever, just to see which one he likes the most compared to the one that I like the most. This is what the Ryze looks like in full once you've made that one. And here we go. Here is my taste test. This is my first time taste testing any type of mushroom coffee. I have in my mind that it's going to taste awful, and I was pleasantly surprised that it didn't. It does have a very mild coffee taste to me. I am a coffee drinker, and I do like things that are a little bit more bold and strong, but I would drink this. It's just very light, a little bit more refreshing. I would probably like Ryze better as a cold brew coffee. Next, I'm going to go over and do the exact same process with my everyday dose that also says 3 to 7 ounces instead of 3 to 8 ounces. Again, I used 6 for both. This one, the powder looks a little bit lighter down within there. I'm still going to take exactly 1 tablespoon so that I'm not, doing one thing outside of the instructions than the other. I also use a milk frother with this one as well. No, I did not go through and try to just mix them with a spoon, simply because I know from previous history that usually does not work very well. So I do not know, and I cannot answer if either of them mixes better than the other. I will say that I used the frother in each of them 2 to 3 times after it would settle, just to make sure that it was fully mixed before I then added the milk, the honey, or the cinnamon to these. I wanted to make sure that there, again, was no grittiness in either one of them, that I was giving one more favor over the other one. I don't think I will have to do that every single time. I would think just frothing once, then adding things should be sufficient for both of them. Once I froth this one up, you will see that it is slightly darker than the first one. So to me, that tells me it's probably going to be a little bit more bold of a flavor, just if it has anything to do with what a normal coffee would fall in line with. So here's me tasting this one, and I actually was right on this. Because it was darker, it does have a much bolder, much stronger taste to me. It doesn't have, neither of them have what I would call an aftertaste of any sort. It would be the same thing as drinking coffee. So a quick comparison of the two, you can definitely tell one is darker than the other when they're next to each other, thus showing you my opinion of one being bolder. We have Joe here. He's going to be our second taste tester aside from me. So first, I want you to try this one, and I want you to tell me what it tastes like to you.
I mean, it tastes like coffee. It's a little got cinnamony flavor to it. So pretty good. I'm not a big coffee drinker, but this tastes good to me.
Okay. Now let's taste the second one.
Still cinnamony flavor. This one is not as strong. So I'd say this one, if you like a stronger coffee, then this one will work for you. This is a little bit milder. I think this is probably something I like a little bit more.
Okay, so if you had to pick one, you're gonna pick that one?
Correct, because it's milder in flavor, and I like things that are a little more sweet, and you can taste the cinnamon kind of sweetness in that one. Compared to this one, if you like a strong coffee, this one will work.
Perfect, thank you.
What I find really interesting about this is that yes, the cinnamon and the honey are really the flavors that are coming through, and I really expected there to be more of a mushroomy type flavor. This one, I agree, it is much bolder, it is much stronger. I would say this is for the typical coffee drinkers who like the bold flavored coffee. I also like that it has the collagen protein in it as well, and this was probably the first one that I would have chosen for my everyday. However, I do think that I could drink this one as well. Therefore, I'm going to keep it over in the coffee room as well. I think this for me is going to be more of me making an iced coffee. I do like that it is lower in calories as well. And I do like that it's going to help with all those different things with the mushrooms that are in it. I am going to be very interested to see long term which one of these I stick with, as well as which one is going to help me the most out of the two of these. If you've been on the fence about either of these, I hope this helps you pick one.